bloody big Kinder egg to put that in there, wouldn't it, eh? Now back in the ring. You did it again, didn't you? Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I can hear you. Okay, welcome to the second, or first, depending which one goes out first, podcast from Danceparty247. We have DJ Wongy, DJ Envy, and myself. And today we're going to talk about technology within the DJ industry, and quite specifically about controllers.
Yes.
Mr. Envy, what is your perception and experience on controllers?
Zero.
What do you think they have a place in the current market?
I'm a dinosaur, so I love vinyl, but I've got to get one, ain't I?
Why? Because of the fact that we're all getting one.
Well, no, you've got to move forward, and you've got to move forward. If you know, because we're talking about doing club nights, aren't we? So
yes.
In order to move forward, I've got.
You need this software.
I have to get used to using it. So for me, I think it's not what I want to do because I like vinyl. I don't mind CDs, but you got to move forward. Isn't you? CDs. Give it another 5 years. CDs won't exist anymore. You won't be able to go in a club, any club or any bar, and put a CD in.
That'll be all USB stick.
Yeah, there won't be the physical fundamentals of DJing will be gone.
Well, I would say the skill level.
In my opinion,
the skill level will still be there, but it'll be progressed into a different format. I mean,
yeah, but what I mean is by the fundamentals, as in the physical touch of CD or a vinyl deck. That will be a vinyl. Pretty much now, you can't go into a bar or a club and find vinyl anyway.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll come on to the different types of equipment, because obviously they've in the recent years they've brought out standalone equipment, which pretty much would be exactly the same as like a Nexus kit, kind of squashed down to one unit, or various other versions. Obviously, there's Denon and there's Newmark out there as well, but obviously sort of within the
Genomite as well, they're out of there.
Yeah.
I know they're slightly different. They don't have the controller as such, but they do have the standalone media player, don't they?
I think the 900 is a media player, and they've got a version which is a compact version. I don't know whether they did it for the 700 or not. Sure. I went a bit absent for a couple of years when Gemini came out, but they just basically seemed to me just to be as close as they could be to the Nexus or the 2000 system as it was then when they brought their stuff out.
Gemini, Newmark, they're all like that. They don't do the top end ranges. They're for more the bedroom DJ to the sort of DJ that does his own thing, who don't do bars and clubs. Do you see what I mean? So instead of having, for people who can't afford Pioneer, they can't afford Denon, they can't afford, Roland, they can't afford all these top brands at, 800, 900, 2, 3, 4 grand kits. Gemini and Newmark, that's where they sit. Even Ruleap to a degree, isn't it? Because they kind of sit in that bracket as well.
Yeah.
Because they're a lot more affordable. But a lot of them do have the same sort of features. I was watching that video that you sent to on the 800. It's got everything the 1000's got, minus 4 channels pretty much. There is not much difference.
No, there's a few little things, but it's nothing. It's nothing that's a game changer.
He's smiling already. Look, we were talking about it last night, weren't we? And he knows.
What do I know?
I can see it in your face, mate.
Sorry, Mr. Wonky, you rudely interrupted there. What were you saying?
I've got to interrupt you.
It's gone now.
You were saying.
Fundamentally, between I think the 800 and the 1000, there's no game changer difference. There's a few added extras, but there's nothing that is a game changer. So I suppose, as in terms of value, you're going to double the price for 1,000, nearly.
Oh yeah, what's 1,000? 1,600.
Something like that, yeah.
19. Yeah.
1,900.
That's not what you told me, T. You said there was 16. No.
Yeah, it was 16. Yeah, 19. 19 is your RX.
It's in the RX 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go with the DJ 800 for say, you get 2 less channels, but you can plug your turntables in if you have them. You can plug your CD decks in if you have them, I believe. Is that correct?
You've got inputs, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you have actually watching that video this evening that I sent you. Got balanced out. You've got jacks out, and you've got phono out.
You got two mic inputs. You've got XLR, and you've also got the jack in as well. And that gives you a 2-band equalizer on the DDJ 800.
Well, the both systems.
You can use it as a standalone mixer as well.
Yeah, just was about to say the 1000 is more compatible. I don't know how much of the 1000 you can actually use for all the features when it's standalone. Obviously, you're limited to some of the beat effects to use it standalone on the 800.
Yeah, that's correct. The 1000 you're not.
Yeah.
But certainly you can use it as a standalone. I think that was when we discussed it the other night, Wongy, that was a big point for you, whether you're going to actually take it out or not, to whether you needed a laptop or not. So
with the 800 you don't need a laptop. And the other good thing I like about the 800, which I watched, you can plug it into anyone's laptop that's got record box.
Yeah.
You can use your own license key.
You can do that. You can do that with the 1000 as well.
Yeah, but your license key is transferable to anyone who's got record box.
Yeah.
Where before that wasn't available, was it?
However, it has to be the latest record box software.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yes, correct. So, okay, we've talked very specifically there about the 800s. I'm sure we'll come back to talk about the 800s and 1000s and RXs and stuff like that, because I know both of you are kind of in the market to get them. Where do we see controllers as a whole? So if you go a bit further down obviously that I would class that as at the professional level. You know, it's the top level. It looks sexy. It looks the business. It doesn't look like a toy. It looks like you go into a club. It's something you can say that this is a Nexus system or equivalent or Prime, and you can for the Denon system, and you can use it accordingly, and you're going to feel comfortable on it. And obviously that is a big winner for you guys, because obviously if you go to clubs or bars that now have that kind of system or Nexus system, then you're going to feel more comfortable. What about the ones a little bit lower down, and where do they fit into the market, and where do they fit in terms of, if you're looking at it as a professional eye, guys, obviously you can do CDs, you can do vinyl. I'm not a vinyl guy particularly, as you well did. and let me know.
For me, because I've used bottom end CD decks and I've used top end CD decks, and they don't feel different as such, but it is nice to have that bigger jog wheel. So you have more control over what you're doing. With the smaller jog wheels, for me, everything's kind of squished together.
Yeah, it's too compact.
It's too much going on in such a small space.
Yeah.
I mean, I've used little small ones on Newmark rack-mounted CD units. So you got your big box you're taking, and then all you got is a tiny little CD slot, and then you got a little thumb. So okay, we've got controllers. Do you feel that it is more the market for home use, or bar use, or professional use? Where do you see them fitting in?
I think they fit better with mobile DJs, personally.
Okay, yeah.
It's one system. You got, all you need is your speakers, your lights, you got your mixer, your 2 decks in one package, which come in. You can get carry bags, you can get boxes, you can get all sorts of things, and you literally plug your laptop in the back, or with the 800s or 1000s. You don't need to. You can just go without it. Back in the day, I remember. I'd done a party. I had to do 2 trips in my car to get all my gear down there, because I just didn't have enough room. I just couldn't fit it all in.
I've been like that before.
Speakers, and you're taking, if you're doing a party and you're the only DJ, you're taking 5-6 bags of records.
Yeah.
2
Do you think
a mixer? You're taking a stand. You're taking lights, and 5 bags of records. I mean,
it's a van load. You take a van load.
I could not get all my records in my boot of my car that I would need to take if I was DJing on my own.
No,
I just couldn't do it.
Well, think about you. Go on.
If you're using a controller, you literally just take something that big, plug it in, off you go.
Okay, so we've talked about DJ controllers. What about the media players? Which basically, like you said, there's
no difference, is there? Let's be honest.
The
media player is a standalone.
There's no CD.
No, but there's no CD on the controller either. All you have is a media player left, a mixer, and then a media player right. It's the same principle, but separate, isn't it?
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a separate. It's just separate units.
And if you don't need a mixer, if you're happy with your mixer, then why would you buy a whole little setup? If you don't need to go that compact, then two media units would do the same job.
Yeah.
Think about it like this: you could just put everything on a thumb drive, and you just plug that into your top of your media player, and off you go.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You don't actually need any laptops with the media players because it's all done via thumb drives, I'm assuming. I've never used one, so I can't say. But me and Mr. Wongy, as soon as the DJ shop opens in Colchester and Romford, we are off.
We're off to have a feel of the equipment.
Oh,
have a good old play.
Equipment. We are going to go and have a play for a good 9-10 hours, or as long as the shop's open.
Yeah, we're going to take over the shop.
I'm going to burn some thumb drives. Going to put some tunes on there, and I will be on my toes down to Colchester to get in the mix.
So the sales assistant is going to have to earn their commission that day, big time.
Oh, he's going to earn his dough. Trust me.
Or she.
Yeah.
You don't really get many. That's the other thing, actually. When you go to
you don't get many females.
DJ shops, I've never gone into a DJ shop and found a female who works there.
No, not that works there. No.
No, obviously you find female DJs, but I've never gone into a DJ shop and been approached by a female who works there who can demo stuff.
I'm sure there is ladies out there, but you just never actually come across them.
You just don't come across them.
No,
it sounds really sexist, but it's not. Yeah, you normally find them behind the tills and stuff, serving instead of on the shop floor.
As in somebody who's knowledgeable as a DJ and they're working in a DJ shop, so obviously doing some money well. Yeah.
It's a strange thing because everywhere else is across the board. Other jobs is pretty even, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got two questions from what we were just talking about before. Is two scenarios. You got obviously a club audience, people obviously in a club, and also mobile, like you said before. You got same DJ with the same setup. Doesn't matter what it is. Do the punters, do the dance floor goers, do they really care what has been used?
Don't care, no.
I don't think so. I mean, as long as they're like getting the quality of sound and good music being played correctly, I don't think it matters to the public what they're playing on.
If you've got another DJ there in the crowd at a private event, they're more likely going to come up and have a nose at what you got.
Oh, all day long.
Yeah.
So is it then? Are we talking about? Is it functionality we're looking when we're actually purchasing, or is it obviously an element of, they call it DJ snobbery for better words, but obviously sort of, I look at what kit I've got, it looks all singing and dancing, but what dictates what we wish to buy, and if something at quarter the price will do the same job.
Well, that depends. That depends on the buyer itself, because a professional will look for functionality, whereas like an average person will look for like just more for looks, I reckon. As well as functional, but not. An average person will not be going in to look for everything that a professional will be looking for.
In terms of you using it, if the person on the dance floor doesn't care what equipment you've got, and if you've got the same, you're doing the same set, you're not doing anything different between using your DDJ 1000 or RX or Prime system as it is on Denon, or somebody's got a £130 Newmark Mix Pro 3, which is kind of that big, and the sound's coming out and it's just as good. Where do you put your money? What makes you, as a DJ or us as DJs, want to go and buy the £1,000-2,000 worth of kit, as where £150, £130 will
do the same thing?
That depends if you're on your ability and what you're able to do.
Yeah.
If you're creative, and say I've been mixing since I was about 18, and I'm 38 now, so it's 20 years, isn't it? I don't want a £200 controller because it's going to be rubbish for what I want to do with it.
It's not just that, but it's the look as well, isn't it? It is the look as well.
Things that have never been about the look. It's about what it does. Yeah,
obviously, but like, I mean, if you're somewhere, that's got a crowd, and you roll up with your little tiny system, you're going to feel a bit not as adequate, are you?
Well, I'm feel happy with everything I got, mate.
Okay,
Should I refer to you?
I was giving it. I was giving it.
And that's what it boils down to: what it does for you and what you need it to do.
Yeah, that's the whole
So-
point of like the functionality of it.
See, we were talking about this last night, weren't we? And we were saying, look, I was saying, look, I'm looking at the 400s. I looked at the 200s, and then he's like, no, have a look at the 800, and they all do the same thing. The fundamentals of it do the same thing.
Yep.
But the 200 looks like it comes out of a Kinder egg. Right? I'm not trying to be a you know what about it, but it looks like it comes out of a Kinder egg. It does, doesn't it?
But you-
Well, the kind of thing that obviously a parent would get their kid who says, "Well, I want to start some DJ," and they go, "Well, a couple £100. I got a lot to lose. I know this for Christmas or your birthday, innit?"
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a beginner set. Then you've got 400, which is like, well, I've come as far as I can as a beginner on a 200. Mummy, daddy, can you now get me the next thing up? Where I'm not blowing my own trumpet. Kel, you'll agree. Wongy, you'll agree. That if you've been DJing for X amount of years, you can mix. I've used CDJ 1000s. I've used all the way down to some rubbish reloops I've got now. And when you get to a certain level and a certain ability, you don't want to be
backstepping.
tied. You don't want to be tied down to being limited, especially with the technology on these controllers now. They're huge. There's so much. Why would you get a 400 or 200 when, especially the 400? Because what's the 400 T? 300, 350.
Yeah, it's around about 3,500.
Right.
Yeah,
So for double that, you can get 10 times the usability features on the 800. So you might as well just wait, save your money if that's what you got to do, and get what you want. It's not like back in the day when you could buy a set of direct drive turntables. It didn't matter if you spent, 300 quid or 1,000 quid. It made no difference because the direct drives, they had more torque on some of them, but they all done fundamentally the same things. And there was one thing you needed it to do, and that was make the record turn. That's it.
Yeah. The only difference back then was the durability of how long it lasts.
But the fundamentals of a turntable.
It was all the same. All the same.
Yeah, it made no difference.
I mean, obviously, sort of
what it done.
they put the bigger features, or the better features, or more features, and obviously as you start going up the ladder in terms of obviously the top.
But you say that turntables of Technics are industry standard. They've been industry standard since the beginning. They've never gone Vaztex, they've never gone Numarks, they've never gone Genemi, they've never gone down that route at all. It's always been Technics, and Technics do nothing. All they do, you press the power button, it turns the record, and you pitch it up and down. That is it. Where if you look at Vaztex, PDX 2000s, Numark, TTX 1s, these are all old school stuff. They had digital readouts on the Numarks, the PDX 2000s, you could pitch up to like plus 100%. Like on the standards, the STR 8150s.
I've got them. That's what I got.
They do the same things. The Numark TTX ones, they had the digital BPM readout, which was completely rubbish. When you look, because I had a pair and they were rubbish. They never held the BPM at all. And to be fair, it made it more complicated to mix if you're learning. And for vinyl, you want something that does a job, which is Technics or a basic set of Stantons, a basic set of Vaztex or Numarks. They all done the same job. There's nothing fancy about them. There's no effects, nothing. But with the controllers and even mixers, like you got, the Denon mixers, the Pioneer mixers, they all do funky stuff with the effects now, don't they? Where back in the day, Kel, when I first started, you didn't have effects thingies.
There was no effects.
You had your channels and your EQ, and that's how you mixed.
Okay, there will be obviously a level of professionalism. Obviously, we live in the real world. Obviously, sort of, you can just tell what looks a piece of equipment that obviously a beginner's using and something that's professional. And professional doesn't have to be all lights and flashing. I mean, sometimes that can make something look obviously a little bit cheaper, can't it?
Yeah.
But you expect the quality, the brand, the sound card, the innards to be better in a higher end product.
It's what's in it, not what it looks like. I tell you, like a good example, right? Behringer DG, the DG, the
Grand Royal
and is back.
DJ X7.
I forgot what it's called.
DJ X700 or 750
Thank you
or
very
something like.
much. Right, the DJX 700, and then you have the Pioneer DJ M600. They're the equivalent from brands, yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the Behringer, it's a workhorse. They're brilliant, yeah? But that's if you can't afford a Pioneer at that time.
Yeah.
That's what you would get. That's the
Yeah.
equivalent.
It's the next best thing, isn't it?
Because I haven't DJ'd for over 10 years. I've only just come back, like a bit of a muppet. I sold my Pioneer to Mr. Wongy, which is on the far right hand side of the page. Would you look over to the right, 40? I said that, and he went.
Because it looks like I should do.
Oh, what's over there?
Yeah, so you got. They both do the same job. The BPM count on the Behringer is not very good. The effects are not very good. You step up to the Pioneer. The effects are 1,000 times better. They're clean. They're crisp.
Much clearer.
And they work better.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, on your Nexus stuff, they're all beat matched. So whatever you're playing, it automatically beat matches for you. There's no timing of it.
The point is, it doesn't matter what bit kit you get. They all do pretty much the same things. But Pioneer, on a whole, and Denon, they just do things that little bit better.
Well, they're the world's number one brawlers, really.
They do that. They I don't know how they do it, but they just seem to tip above everyone else all the time. Especially Pioneer, they're like the industry standard. Like Technics were the industry standard. No one could beat them. And even today, to buy one 1210 Mark II, you're looking at anything between 500 and 800 quid for one deck. Depending
I found on not eBay, on Amazon, a 1200 Mark II. Had gold on it though as well.
I said it'd been customized.
And that was 900 quid used.
Yeah. Used.
Not even old. Yeah. New old.
I mean, even the Mark 5s and the Mark 7s are still around the sort of £600-700 mark.
Yeah, it's about 7 in around, give and take.
Yeah, and you're talking something that's 20 years old. That Mark 7, 20 years old, and that's what Pioneer are. You know, the DJM 600 is still going in excellent condition for quite a bit of dough for some people.
Okay, so let's roll. Let's roll it down.
Mr. Wongy, yeah. I am just pointing out that mates rates. Listen, you got a deal. I want a deal.
Okay, so let's roll 3 to 5 years down the line.
Right.
What are you using to play on?
Probably be something that pops out the ground like in Star Trek, and you start doing all that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing there. It's just like an image.
Okay. put a little bead in your ear and just do that.
Okay. We'll leave that for a second. But a little bit further down the line. Okay. Obviously, you'll be.
Say what? 5 to 10 years. I think.
Yeah. So I'm talking about literally in the next 2 to 3 years. What will you physically yourselves be playing on? Will you still have the decks? Will you still have CDs? Will you be make the purchase of a controller?
I won't get rid of my vinyl.
Okay.
I'll never get rid of my vinyl.
So my vinyl collection is it's like a part of the family, if that makes sense, because you can never ever replace that vinyl. Do you know, like for me to replace it now, I bought I've lost Casey and Jojo, Tell Me It's Real. I'm fuming about it. Someone asked me to play it on Saturday. I didn't have it. I was in a tears. I had Kirsty on her knees. It was a bit of a mess. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? And I managed to find a copy online, the remixes. I couldn't get the original, and the remixes still cost me 17 quid.
Vinyl?
Yeah. Vinyl, but back in the day, them remixes would have cost £5, 7 quid, Kel.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. Anything between £3 and £8.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that in 2 or 3 years' time, if you both go down the route of buying your controllers, yes?
Yeah.
Will you actually, okay, you're going to jump on, do a set, on a stream, online. gig would probably be a little bit different because you probably wouldn't take your 1210s out on the road. You probably take, like you said, your controller.
Well, I'd be hoping just to turn up and it'd be there.
Obviously, you'll be still using
headphones and USB stick.
Another story that Mr. Wongy's already bought a controller and never used it. But anyway.
That was a low blow there, wasn't it, Wongy? That was a low blow.
I have got some sort of controller thing in there, and I can't use it. I don't know how to use it. It is a little thing about that big.
My question really was like, what would your go-to be? You go on, you're going to do a mix. Okay, you'll always go on and you'll do some vinyl. That's without giving her a shout. But you do 10 shows or 10 streams, 10 sets. Are you going to do 6 or 7 on your controller? Is it going to be a couple on vinyl? What will your go-to piece of kit? You're going to mix
personally, for me, I will probably start using the controller a lot more. Yeah, because for me, other than learning to scratch with vinyl, it's boring now. In a sense, I want to be creative, and I can't create much with what I have. So obviously, you have to step up the game. You've got to get the equipment. All that aside, it is the way forward. It is the way forward for the modern day.
For me,
I go on.
No, go on. You finish.
Yeah, so I think initially I will probably start using the controller a lot more. However, like I know you can get a million tunes download for controllers, whereas like with the vinyl you're only limited to what you got. Yeah, but it's still nice to have your roots. Yeah,
I don't think anyone would give up their roots. We look at Carl Cox, he streams online, and when he's playing his own music, if he's doing a gig or doing a stream for somebody, he's on his Nexus system or whatever. I don't know, it's the Nexus system.
But he still plays his vinyl.
Plays for himself, he'll go back to his 60s, 70s soul music, what have you, and then just have the enjoyment. And you know what? He doesn't. I don't think he always mix them. I haven't watched a lot of it. I've caught him a couple of times on it, and he just loves the feel of it. But that's not his day job. That's not what he's grafting on. Yeah. So, okay, Envy, what do you think you'll be using? Will it be more controller, or will you still be 50-50 or CDs or what?
I mean, I go from, I've done shows on CDs completely. Like a few weeks ago, I done a CD show, didn't I? The Saturday just gone, I think I used 99% vinyl, done a couple of CDs. So it depends the mood I'm in, right? Or it depends what people want played as well, because there's some stuff I have on CD that I don't have on vinyl. Okay. I mean, like, it does depend on it. I mean, I haven't used the controller yet. I think once you use it, I think it's one of them things. When I first used the DJ M600, it was like, yeah, that's what I want. And I think once I use one, I think that will be, if I like it, that'll be the way forward.
Try and test it.
But
you both come to the idea that you're going to get one. It just matters of how much money and which one you're going to get.
I can think about the money. If I want it, I'll get the money.
See, because for me, I want to try.
But that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. For me, I want to try the RX1 and the thousands. Have the feel before I decide exactly what one I want.
To be honest, though, I think the 800 is for what you need indoors. It's to say it's going to be very close to everything you're going to get in a bar. To be honest, they'll probably have 800 in a bar, more than 1,000.
Yeah, just because of cost.
Yeah, because it's only going to be your big clubs that are going to have your top end £2,000-3,000 kit in it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't used one yet. I like that digging through your tunes to find your next track. I love doing that. It's something special, isn't it?
Half the fun of that is when you're digging, you find something different. You think, with vinyl, you have that time lapse where you have to search. When you've got a controller, you can have it done in seconds, and you have all that free time to be creative. Yeah, that's the main reason why it's what I'm looking for.
So as much as you like going through and digging, it can be just a double-edged sword at the same time. It's like, give me that back, and I can do something more productive.
Yeah, another good thing is like, when you do your reloads or your rewinds, and you can just do so much more, because you have the time. You'd be halfway through a tune, you could be ready to mix the next one in, and someone wants to reload, so you just bang, 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 it's done. But with vinyl, you've got like lift to put it back, put an intro in between it.
I'm a dinosaur, mate. I like that.
Yeah, But I like the fact that you can just bang a few buttons and it's there again. It's ready to go. Yeah, one whole second, bang.
I just think that takes the
fun out.
That.
Well, it doesn't. It takes the fun out initially as a working DJ, but it gives you so much time to be creative and try something new.
You're being creative in a different way, aren't you? I mean, Father, what you're going to say, this is, if you're going just on your two turntables and it's all about doing a smooth mix, sometimes a blend that no one will really hear if you want to go down a route, or you cut it and this is me mixing. So that's that part of it. But then the biggest part surely is the tune selection. It's all about the tune. There's a bit of mix in the middle and it's the next good banging tune. Yeah. Those tunes will never go away. You finding those tunes won't go away, but then you can actually say, right, okay, this is my playlist, this is my music production. I can now add value to that because I've got time to do that. That's what a controller does. I mean, if you're looking as a mobile DJ, you find a track that's like Blue Monday, for example, 7 minutes long, or Fool's Gold, 14 minutes long. This is right, okay, after the toilet, we go to the bar. You know what I mean? It's like literally away you go. Yeah.
I suppose when I done my show Saturday, I did desperately need the bathroom. And when you're on vinyl and you've got, and I was using vinyl, and you've got two tracks on one side of the vinyl, it is a bit of a squeeze to get into that toilet, get your job done, get back washed, and get back to the turntable, and mix your track before you run out of vinyl. It is a little bit difficult. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're on a controller, you can just chuck in a loop.
You could.
No one's going to know it. No one's going to know any different, are they?
No.
So that you could go to the toilet and have a number two, and no one would know.
I was watching another video on the guy mixing that gave me the idea to blend a little bit more than I usually do. Just give myself a little bit of challenge, like we talked about.
Yeah.
He was talking about obviously sort of controllers and that as well. I almost sent you that video as well. I think it was early on today, and he basically said you can have a cue to start, because obviously you might not necessarily start some tracks. You might not necessarily start from the beginning if you're going to mix them in. Some you have to bring from the top, and you just bring the one out and just swap it over. But if you want to mix it in, you might have to bring it further forward. So there's a cue to start, a cue to finish. Obviously, the color coordinating in his case, a cue to finish in terms of I got to mix out from this point onwards. If it's after this point, I'm in trouble. Yeah. And there's a third one, which I never really thought of, because again, I've gone back more to ear rather than visual again, which is a little bit weird for me, because I've probably gone backwards and you guys are going forwards. But he had a safe cue. So if anything went bad, he hit that cue point for that. That's that's on the pad, so the three different pads, and he hit that pad, and it would take him back to part on the song that almost seamlessly you wouldn't necessarily know. Yeah, it's obviously it's just extended. It might be in the middle. I don't know where it would be a particular song, but he had a safe cue. So you came back from the loo and you're thinking, okay, I've got 10 seconds to mix this here, and you just go push, No,
that gives you literally gives you another minute or so,
or 2 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, isn't it? That is the beauty of technology, and I can't deny it. You've got to move on, ain't you? And you've got to move on with what's current. So I will be getting a controller, without a doubt. I'm going to get the lovely wifey, Lady K, to buy it for me.
Is that how you said? No matter what it costs, I will get the money. Meaning the wife will get the money.
Yes, the wife. I don't want a Father's Day gift. I don't want anything for Christmas. I want nothing for my birthday.
The next decade.
I just. But, listen, I bought her a pair of trainers the other day. I'll have to buy her another 7 pairs of them trainers to make up for my
controller.
Okay.
So you get the cheap one then?
No.
DDJ 200 it is then.
Yeah.
I've only got to buy
these trainers are 20 quid bargain buy.
I've only got to buy her another 1.25 pair of trainers then if I get the 200. No. How much is the 200?
I don't know. I didn't look at 200. I guess I probably somewhere around like that, about 250. Yeah.
Yeah, tops. I reckon.
Think about it. 200 is 200, 400, 400, 800, 800. 16, the 1,016 doesn't
Yeah.
quite work,
So
does
I've
it?
only got-
Yeah, how does that work out?
I've only got to buy another sort of 1 1/4 pair of trainers if I get to 200. Job done. But then I'll be putting it in the bin in about 3 weeks.
I'll tell you what,
I'll be bored of it.
Be a bloody big Kinder egg to put that in there, wouldn't it? Eh?
No, but
That costs more than the 200.
You go to McDonald's and you get the stupid little toy in the Happy Meal. That's what it is, isn't it?
Well, that's what it's
is
going to
what
feel
the
like,
two-
isn't it? Yeah.
That is what the 200 is. It's a gimmick.
It's a happy shopper toy.
It's what you do when your kids. It is because it's a kid. It is a kid version, in my opinion.
Yeah, you wouldn't
what
give
you get when they want to start now. You
If
wouldn't
you would-
buy
you would-
that if you've been missing for years.
It's a teenage model. That's what it's a model for the teenagers, really.
You would start to consider how much you invest in when you get to the 400. Are you going to put 400 quid into a kid's present if they don't like it and they use it for 5 minutes?
You're not going to, are you?
That's
Well,
consideration
I'd be
there. But
cheeky. If I didn't have a controller and I wanted a 400, I'd buy one for the kids, and then they go, I don't like it. I go, I'll have that.
you know what? I did
Pass downs.
I did that in a very similar way as a kid. The very first single I ever bought was Adam and the Ants, Apollo 9. You guys
Did
probably
yourself
knew
any favours here, T, with your age?
I was a small kid.
Was it on 7-inch?
It was, yeah. From Woolworths. There you go. From Woolworths. And I bought it as a Christmas present for my mother. I didn't know what to buy her. I had no clue what to buy her. Literally. And it's like, well, I'll get her that. And at least I like that. That was my thought. And it worked out pretty well because she gave it me back the following day, Boxing Day. Yeah, you can have it. Close everything off. You can catch us on danceparty247.co.uk or on the Twitch stream or on the Instagram, which is danceparty247 official, or on Facebook, which is danceparty247. I got somebody coming in the room. What do you want? Okay.
I suppose that'd be an edit.
The reality of lockdown 2020.
Yeah, that'd be an edit, wouldn't it?
Either be an edit or I'll keep it in. What I was talking about will probably be the edit. Until next time, see ya.
I just have one thing to add on to that.
Go on
Catch
then.
myself, DJ MV, live on danceparty247.co.uk and across Twitch or 2 till 5, each and every Saturday. Followed by the DJ T. You can catch the DJ Wongy each and every Tuesday, 2 till 5 again.
2 till 4, maybe 5. Well,
see, look.
no.
You ruined it.
I'm going to be changing my days soon.
You can catch us on Dance Party 24/7.
So you just play the advert. Just play the advert at the end.